What's up, Hammond? This is the first ever episode of a new podcast in collaboration with JP from our moms and myself, Trenton. We got Bento in downtown Hammond and the Depot in Independence. This podcast is going to be all about Hammond, all about Tangi and the things that are happening, and more so of y'all getting to know us and us showing why we do what we do.
This episode is sponsored by Sinagra Family Dairy and music by Vance The Kinfolk. Trent, what'd you bring today, man?
Oh, I got some good old cream line milk from my buddy Miles at Sinagra Family Dairy. The good thing about this, so it's cream line, so it's non-homogenized, so it's not all blended together and processed. So like if you leave it in your fridge, you'll see the cream rises to the top.
Oh, really?
So you always shake well before you drink it. So I got you the chocolate.
Dude, thanks.
I got some whole milk here. I usually drink the raw. Although it's pet consumption only.
What's the difference between raw milk and homogenized milk?
So it's the process of pasteurization created by Louis Pasteur. I forgot when he created it. But basically, they're just cooking the milk to get all the bad germs out of it. It was really created, though, which I've learned talking to Miles. And then obviously in culinary school, we studied it. But I think the minimum temperature for commercial pasteurization is 171 degrees. But they really created it because people were getting sick from drinking raw milk. Because, I mean, for hundreds of years, pasteurization didn't exist. So they created this thing, but it's really because everybody was so dirty.
Yeah.
They didn't have clean facilities or anything. So that's where the bacteria was coming in. It wasn't coming in because it's from the cow. It was coming in these dirty work environments. Yeah. And instead of, putting higher, like control over their facilities, they're like, well, let's just cook the shit out of it.
Dude.
That way,
I was looking up online and it said that they use a low temperature pasteurization process.
Yeah.
It takes longer, but
I think it takes like 12, he does it for 12 hours, but I think he only goes to like 150 something. And then the good thing about his machines too is in commercial pasteurization, it's like they're heating it up instantly. They're trying to get a lot done quickly. This is like a slow rise, so the bottom doesn't scald or anything. Whereas in the commercial ones, they just torch the hell out of it.
Dude, that's cool, man. It's probably the difference between slow cooking something and just nuking it in the microwave, huh?
Well, it's taking care of the ingredient, which is, as a chef, that's what we like to do. I always say, because we work with 11 different purveyors at our restaurants at each location. We got 9 or 10 little family farms from Tangipahoa Parish.
That's so cool.
And
is that how you met these guys?
That is how I met them, yeah. They came onto the scene, I don't even know, probably like a year and a half ago now. And they started at the farmer's market. And I saw what they were doing. And for the last 3 years, really, with our restaurants, the Depot's been around for that long, just really trying to build back into the local economy. And then also, like I said, care about the ingredients. I always say, like, as a chef is really just the middleman for great ingredients.
Yeah. So
this is like perfect. This is the only milk we use. All the eggs are from A&A Acres and L'Oranger that we use in our restaurants. So
that's so
give
cool.
It a taste.
Oh, dude, I'm about to. Dude, I love some chocolate milk.
That's the best chocolate milk for sure.
Whoa. That's really good, dude.
Yeah. No, it's fire.
Oh my God, that's really good. Oh, dude, this blows Klein Peter and board out of the water. God.
Miles will like that comment.
Jeez.
I always joke with him about Klein Peter.
Dude, the taste.
It's good. It's not like overly chocolatey. It's real mellow and like it's just smooth.
I can feel it on my lips still.
Yeah. That's the fat content. Yeah, it's a higher fat content.
I love
other milks as well. It's like extra whole milk.
Oh, I can't wait to put this in the fridge. It's not going to make it to the fridge, let's be honest. I'm going to drink it all right now. But I'm going to have to get some more just to see.
The good thing is you can get pints, half gallons, whole gallons. So
I'm gonna have to go through a gallon at least for sure. My kids would love this.
Yeah, we sell it at our restaurant, the Depot in Independence. We have a little fridge up front, a little merchandise counter. You can also get it in some local supermarkets in Tangelo Parish and surrounding parishes. But yeah, it's a great product.
So can I get this at the farmer's market?
Not at the farmer's market. You can get a lot of other great ingredients there, but this is actually, they stopped doing the farmer's market to focus on getting more grocery stores and retail locations. And then he's always got his farm store, which is out in a meat, at his the actual creamery. So it's kind of cool. You walk in, they got like a glass wall. You can see all the bottling and everything. I mean, the milk is literally ran in this stainless steel pipe. I don't even know, probably 75 feet from where they milk the cows.
Do they give you a tour when you go?
Yeah, if you ask for one, he'll give you one, yeah.
I'd love to see how they do that. I don't
seen
even
around.
know how milk is made. I mean, I know how you get milk from a cow.
Been out in the fields, and the cows, they're like city squirrels.
Really?
Where they like surround you, and
they're not shy.
It's funny because you ride around on like four-wheelers and ATVs and stuff, and you go in these fields. They come right up to you. You're like hand feeding them these little treats that he has, and
what kind of treats are they? I don't even know what cows eat besides
I don't know,
grass and hay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some kind of little treats he has for them. It looks like a little dog treat bag. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I'm sure. Dang. I'm going to have to go. I love things like that.
Yeah.
So if you can't get it at the farmer's market, you have to get it through. Don't you sell it? Don't you sell it at one of your stores?
We sell it at the Depot in Independence, our first restaurant. We have a little merchandise counter set up, and there's a little fridge in the front with bottled drinks and then his milk and stuff.
That's awesome. How often does he bring milk to you guys?
Weekly, yeah. So we use it, like I said, in all of our cooking. That's the only milk we use. And then he doesn't have cream yet. He's working on cream. So eventually, hopefully, we can switch to his heavy cream too. We use a lot of heavy cream in the stuff that we do. So,
dude, that's awesome. So I hate to say it this way, but I don't make my way out to Independence a lot. And the only time I've eaten your food is at events and other local get-togethers that we have that Hammond puts together. Can you tell me a little bit about the Depot?
Yeah, for sure. We're in I don't even know how old yet, 115-year-old train depot right in the middle of Independence. It's a cool building. It's like any other train depot, but it's got all these cool little relics and everything in it. Like when we were redoing it, we're finding like beer cans from like the 70s, I guess, of like workers or maybe a homeless dude crawled up in the bottom of it and leaving his beer cans. But it's all cool. We uncovered some of that and hung them up on the walls. The police station used to be on the other side of it, where another restaurant is now. But it's like a Southern bar and grill. I like to say it's like a Buffalo Wild Wings that tries a little harder.
Oh, you're way better than Buffalo Wild Wings. Come on.
Well,
dude.
like 40% of our menu mix is wings. But we have like 19, 20 different sauces, and we make just about all of them in-house.
That's awesome.
Real ingredients, real herbs, real garlic, and the garlic parmesan. That's what people eat it. They're like, wow, this has so much more flavor. I'm like, yeah, it's real. It's real stuff. It's not, it's not this fake GMO stuff.
Yeah. I love the wings because I go back to y'all's booth a lot whenever we have these events. So I'll probably run through a lot of your wings that you're supposed to be giving to other people, but they're so good. But there's this dessert that y'all made one time, and I don't remember what it was, but it was a rendition or a variation of a bread pudding, I think.
Yeah, so we do there used to be Low Road Brewing in Hammond.
That's right.
And we use their Honeycomb Hideout beer. And I don't know, I kind of just started using it, but I call it a beer custard bread pudding because that's what it is. I think now we're using a Abita beer in it. But so you make your custard, you make your bread pudding, and then we bake it at 325 for exactly 35 minutes.
Exactly.
And it's just enough to set the bread pudding, but to not start caramelizing the outside or anything because we deep fry it.
What?
Yeah, so we deep fry it, and it's really to get the crispiness on the outside, but then it heats the inside back up to where it's still like almost like a pudding consistency. It's not just like bread chunks, like a lot of bread puddings are at some restaurants.
I didn't know you deep fry it. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Is that what makes it so good?
Yeah. Well, so like we deep fried it at the first event we did at Chef's Evening.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of work. So now if we bring that, then we'll just make it like a regular bread pudding and scoop it out. But yeah, the restaurant is deep fried. And we don't do any seed oils in our fryers. We do all beef tallow.
I saw that. You were showing me that the other day when you were giving me the tour of Bento.
It's just going back to like with the milk. It's just a better product.
Yeah.
It's better for you. It tastes better. It's just better all the way around.
And you were telling me the price difference isn't that much higher, but the quality and the flavor that comes out of it is second to none.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, if you're already using a premium fry oil, like Mel Fry or Ever Fry, whatever it might be, this is like the same price.
We're going to have to look into that.
And
for sure.
I feel like your rendition is better with it because like I said, like when we used regular oil, you have to top your fryers off every once in a while throughout the rest of the week just to get it back to the minimum line or wherever you keep it. But with this, you don't touch it.
Really?
There's something about it. It doesn't soak into the food or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, our grease levels stay the same since we've switched to that.
I'm going to have to test that out for sure. We fry so many things at the restaurant that it never occurred to me to use anything other than the fry oil.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, McDonald's used it for how long?
That's
That's
right.
why everybody loved their French fries. And then I don't know what happened sometime in the 90s.
They cared more about cost than they did quality.
Or maybe it was the vegans.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been.
Well, speaking of vegans, I mean, we're meat heavy. Y'all are meat heavy at our moms. So what's going on over there? How'd y'all get started there?
We're super meat heavy. We started in Hammond about 14 years ago, almost 15 now. But 14 years ago, we were at the corner of Cypress and East Thomas. And then we moved locations because we outgrew that one and moved across downtown to where Truth is right now.
Yeah.
And then we ended up buying the building that we're in right now. 7 years ago, probably.
Wait, so where were y'all before the red building?
Before the red building, we were on that corner. So where Shaq's used to be.
Oh,
I think the spot is about to open up there now.
Yeah.
That's where we first started. And we started off, I hate to say it like this, but more of a college bar. We didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It just so happened that we were really good at making burgers.
Yeah.
So we were very lucky because in Hammond, you have to be 60-40. And for the first year, we were very nervous because we got audited a whole bunch, but we always made that cutoff. And then now, toward the end of the bar scene era, we were like 85% food. So we were well above that cutoff.
Yeah.
But we stopped doing the college bar thing probably 4 or 5 years ago. Just to focus on starting families, and you can't stay up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, get to work for 8 o'clock in the morning, keep doing this. I mean, physically we could have kept going, but our girlfriends at the time, wives now, they were very supportive and they still are very supportive, but it wasn't fair to do that to them. They would never see us. So transitioned more to family style restaurants and just focusing on the food. Just focused on more on burgers and anything else. And
You want to know this? Now that I know you, I can get the real story.
yeah.
But I always wondered, I think I have a pretty good idea why, but the name change.
Okay. So when we first started, we were your moms, right? I can't tell you how many times it would cause fights with people. I've seen, like I said, we were doing the bar. So college kids would get stopped on the street and then cops would ask them, where are you going? And they would say, your mom's. I've seen so many people like get upset. And then like other people are like, no. It's like, it's right there. Like you can see the sign.
Restaurant,
Right. There's so many rumors floating around during that time period of why we had to change our name. So why do you think we changed our name?
So at first, I was like, it's some politically correct thing. But then I realized y'all had a second location. So I was like, maybe they meant to include that second location and that kind of stance on it. But I don't really have the real reason.
All right, man. You're so much closer than so many other people. I've heard so many things that we were being sued, trademark infringement, so many different things, but you're absolutely correct about that. When we stopped doing the college bar is when we decided to change the name because in order to do more restaurants, your mom's was kind of it was a joke when we first started.
Yeah.
Right. When my partner Trent and I first started, we didn't know anything. We were really young, really stupid. We signed up for an LLC. We thought that's all we needed. We went to the ATC office to get our permit, or to at least apply for it. And the agent asked, so where's your menu? And then I said, we don't need a menu. We're going to be a bar. Dude, I remember he just shakes his head, and he was like, you can't be a bar. Like, you have to be a restaurant, because there's a moratorium on liquor license or bar licenses in Hammond. And so I'm sitting there scribbling down things that I thought we could do really well, things that my mom used to make, things that I knew would be comfort food and that would go well with bars, right? Mm-hmm. And then I scribbled down this menu, and then the guy comes back and he was like, all right, so what's your DBA? And I was like, I don't even know what a DBA is, man. He was like, what's your name? Right. And I was like, dude, known for Cena Investments LLC, I was super pumped about it. Shakes his head again. He's like, no, you need a restaurant name. I was like, right now? So this was the time when your mom jokes are really big, and we're looking at the menu, trying to figure out a name, and we're trying to do all of this on the spot. So me and Trent looked at each other and we just shrugged and said, your mom's? Right? So we scribbled that down because we needed to have something, and that's how the name came about.
Okay.
Because we were dumb.
And then the name switch was because to include other restaurant and be more of a group.
Yes. So we couldn't keep making more Your Moms. It was causing a lot more problems for people. It wasn't fun anymore, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So then luckily we could just drop the Y, be Our Moms, and still be very inclusive and kind of still incorporate everything that we did, everything that we stood for, everything that we cared about.
Okay.
In the same name, basically. So overnight, signage changed at both locations, menus changed, uniforms changed, websites changed, social media's changed, everything overnight, and we didn't tell anybody. Like, we just, people just showed up. And I tell you, for 6 whole months, people were so mad at me. Like, they're like, I'm never coming back. And you're like, you're here now. They're like, the food's not the same. And I was like, it's the same everything. Same owners, same grill, same recipes, same everything from the beginning. But you change a name and people get upset about it.
Yeah.
They really do.
So you just took off the Y.
We just dropped the Y. If you go to the Hammond location now, Trent had the best idea. We took the sign that was outside of 111 East Morris that said Your Moms. It was a neon sign, and we disconnected the Y. So now it looks like it's like the Y is broken. So only the Our Moms lights up. So that's upstairs right now.
Okay. In the building?
In the building.
I'm about to say, I haven't seen that. Okay. That makes sense.
It's in the building right now.
Top.
Instead of on the outside of the building, it's in the building upstairs.
I've never been in the top. What, y'all use that for overflow, or is that like a private party room? What do y'all do with that?
A little bit of everything. During normal service, it's for overflow. So we seat upstairs equally as downstairs.
Yeah.
But it's funny that not a lot of people know we have an upstairs. We have the only commercial balcony in downtown Hammond. And since it's downtown, like historic downtown, you can't build another balcony, right?
Yeah.
So it has to already be existing. Our building was there, I want to say, in 1902 or 1912.
Yeah.
It was, I believe, Gotham State Bank. And there's been so many things past then. But it's funny that you were talking about renovating the depot. When we were renovating that building, we ripped up, 3 different layers of ceilings from downstairs to expose all the rafters. And upstairs, we uncovered the actual original wood floor. And they were using old financial records to shim the boards. So like it was everywhere. And then they had like John Smith owes 11 cents, like this person owes this. And they just had they were just shoved underneath. And that was pretty cool. But then when we were tearing up the concrete floor downstairs to put all the pipes for the kitchen, I guess I don't know what they used to do, but I think they used to just dump things and then cover it back up. So there was like bottles, ink bottles, there's old Coke cans, there's bricks from the Coca-Cola factory, like the original one that was in Hammond. Yeah. So we have all of those, but we never put it up because we couldn't figure out how to make it decorative or pretty,
Yeah. We did that in the depot too. We uncovered the wood floors. I mean, when we got it, it was carpet and popcorn ceiling, and so we uncovered all the rafters and wood floors. The sliding doors in there are original.
Oh, cool.
We even, like, if you sit at the bar, or the front counter. It's all made. We took out some of the rafters and planed them down, and that's the bar tops made out of the original rafters.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, my dad and my brother, my business partners, we're all equal owners in it. My dad's been doing millwork for probably double my lifespan, and then Ryan's been in it for probably like 20 years too. So,
doing I guess woodworking,
custom cabinetry, yeah,
carpentry,
millwork, yeah, anything. I mean, they can build anything.
Dude, Ryan's gonna have to build me something.
Yeah,
I love woodworking.
Ali Woodworks. They do, and they, like I said, anything out of wood that you can think of.
Oh, I can think of a lot of things for sure. That we're always looking for something that just stands out. You know, something that's, not a statement piece, but a conversation piece. You know, like something that we can talk about. We talk to people all day long, so you got to create ways to talk.
Yeah.
So
little Easter eggs.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It was, dude, those old buildings, that so many stories in there. Because I'll have people that come in, they're like, "Did you know?" And I'm like, "Ooh, tell me more." Right?
Yeah.
Like experiences they had, like at Anderson shoe store, or I think they used to like do all the boots and stuff for the police officers, and so people would come in and like they just tell you stories, and you're like, "Dude, I love all of that. I love good history." It's not just a new building that just popped up that's really pretty. It's actually got a very colorful history behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have a culinary chef background. Is that why you started the depot?
Yeah, I did Pro Start in high school. It was like right at the time where you're in high school. I guess not everybody does it, but you start thinking about what career you want to do. Whereas a lot of people might think about that in the third year of college.
Yeah.
But I started thinking about it pretty early. I always liked math, so I knew I wanted to do something with numbers. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street and wanted to be a stockbroker. And then it went to architect because I like designing stuff, designing spaces and stuff like that. And then I don't know why I really signed up for it. But I started Pro Start in high school, junior year, and I really fell in love with cooking. I think actually I was working at Jersey Mike's at the time. So like I said, my dad has a millwork company. They've been doing it for years. I worked like one summer with them, and I was like, I don't want to do this shit.
Not for me. Not for me. Little did you know that owning a restaurant's a lot more work, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's it's not any easier, that's for sure. I just knew I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't my passion. I grew up cooking with my grandma. I stayed, because both my parents worked. So my grandma on my dad's side would watch me mainly. And then like his first cabinet shop was in her backyard. They had a building built back there. And so it was easy. He'd go to work and then I would stay with my grandma during the summer. And we would always cook. They grew up when my grandpa was still living. They had a farm on the property. They grew all their own stuff. She canned vegetables. She did all this stuff. She cooked for the family, cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So I spent a lot of time with her growing up. And I wouldn't say that's where the culinary passion started, but it was something I was used to doing and good memories I had. So yeah, I joined Pro Start junior year. We did every year they hold the competition sponsored by the LRA, EF.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we won state, and then we went to nationals, and then we're cooking in nationals, and the table collapsed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what a nightmare.
We were making nougatine, which is like this hard, brittle nut candy. And we had to crush it into a powder. And so we were using like a rolling pin, and like just the shaking from it knocked it off the table risers. And then like, I just remember like one end collapsing. I'm like, holy shit. And then the other end had a pot of hot grease on it.
Uh-oh.
So like as soon as I grabbed that pot of hot grease, the other end collapsed.
Dude.
I was like, oh
that
my
was quick
gosh.
thinking.
But with all that, we still placed, I think, 21st out of all the states. And then they had some territories like Guam, Puerto Rico came. That was in Providence that year. But yeah, we did that, and then I started working with Rubio Enterprises.
Oh, yeah.
I was part of the opening crew for 113, and then I kind of moved around with the corporate chef to another restaurant that they own, and then went back to 113, and then that's when I went to culinary school at Johnson & Wales in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Wow. My best friend went there.
Yeah. So they had like 4 locations. I wanted to go to like one of the top schools, and I didn't want to go to schools in Louisiana, not because I thought they weren't good enough or anything, but like with Nichols, for instance, John Fosse had a big part in their curriculum. And it was just really Cajun food heavy and stuff, and Creole and all that. And I mean, that's what I grew up cooking and eating.
So you already kind of knew how to do that already.
Yeah, not that I knew everything about it, but I didn't want to. I'm trying to think of like a good way to say it, but I didn't want to waste time. Not that it was a waste learning that, but waste time taking 3-4 Cajun Creole classes when I could be learning the other things that I'm not used to and I haven't cooked before. I'm always wanting to learn new stuff and always wanting to advance. And so that's why I went to Johnson & Wales. It was either that or the CIA in New York. I didn't really want to go to upstate New York. And we grew up going to the mountains, the Smoky Mountains all the time, or the Appalachian Mountains up there. That region is where we grew up going for, Thanksgiving or whatever. My family has some cabins up there. So we spent a lot of time there. And then I grew up watching NASCAR, and all the NASCAR shops are in Charlotte. So it was like a good landing spot. My favorite chef went to Johnson & Wales, Sean Brock. They used to have a Charleston location, which is like 3 hours south of Charlotte. So that's really why I decided to go to Johnson & Wales.
That's so cool, man. There's so many different cooking styles that you do what you always were grown up doing. And that's why I love to travel and just eat other people's food.
Yeah.
And you come back home and you say things like, nothing's as good as this, but it's so nice to experience other people's cuisine because it gives you so many ideas. Is that where you got a lot of your ideas for the wing sauces and the different things that you make now?
Yeah, we like I said, I'm always looking to advance, and especially with culinary school, it's a tool, right? So, I mean, there's kids in culinary school that have never held a knife. And then there's kids like me, like by the time I got to culinary school, and I'm not bragging or anything, but like I was way more advanced than a lot of the kids in there, because some of these kids had never worked in restaurants before. Before I went to culinary school, I'd already been a sous chef. I worked my way up the ladder and everything for 3-4 years. You
saw the volume
in the food industry. So I knew a lot of these things that they were learning. And at Johnson & Wales, you have to basically learn at the pace everybody else. So there were some classes. I mean, I got depressed at certain points because, there's like breakfast and lunch class. You're cooking eggs and making sandwiches.
Yeah.
For 14 days, 8 hours a day. I'm like, bro.
So boring.
Yeah, but there was, like I said, it's a tool. It's all about what you do with it. There's kids that come out of culinary school and don't know what to do or any direction. And then there's kids who use that as a foundation. Because that's just, culinary school is where you can learn to cook working in restaurants easily. But learning how many ounces are in a cup or how many ounces are in a pound, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon, that kind of stuff. There's people who work in restaurants for 20 years that don't know that.
It's strange that they don't know the difference between like by weight and by volume.
Yeah.
So when you talk about this many ounces,
100%.
They don't ask the question. It's like, do you mean like this much, or like, should I weigh it?
Yeah. Or a recipe says 8 ounces of flour. That's not a cup of flour.
Yeah.
A cup of flour is not 8 ounces.
Especially when you're
baking. A cup of water is 8 ounces, but not flour. So yeah, you learn all of that stuff, the textbook stuff, and it gives you a good foundation. Yeah, so I didn't really start the depot, circling back to your original question. It was always my brother and my dad's vision and what they wanted to do. My dad grew up in Independence, and there was like a sort of like internal move at that point by the city and everything to kind of revitalize it. So they wanted to open something. It originally started off as like one of those self-pour bars where it's in the wall and you do it. And then it turned into more of like a restaurant. And at that time I was still in culinary school, and on my off times I would work at Hambone in Mandeville. It's a restaurant over there.
Great restaurant.
Yeah, they were really good. And the chef was really, had a lot of passion. He had been sous chef at Commander's and other high-end restaurants. So I was over there. They started, and it's not that I thought I was too good for it, but it's just not what I envisioned myself wanting to do, because they wanted to do like a bar and grill. And so I was just like, look, I'll help you guys. I'll help you guys get started. I'll help you design the kitchen and build recipes and everything. And I knew if I wanted to do something, I wanted to do it different than everybody else. And I wanted to put more effort than everybody else. So that's why we make our own pickles. We make our own sauces. We started off making our own burger patties. And we do quarter-pound burger patties. And at that time, we only did double burgers. So it was a lot of patties. I mean, when we first opened in Independence, it was crazy. I mean, we were doing 600-700 people a day.
That's a lot of patties.
Until the hurricane hit. Yeah, we have people that, I mean, we sous vide all of our wings, so we don't fry from raw. We sous vide them to the perfect temperature. That way we're just crisping them up. So quick ticket times, never any undercooked chicken. And it just yields a better product. So we had people, you know, we'd have 3 people on the line, dishwasher, and then like 1 or 2 other people that were just making hamburger patties and just separating wings.
Wow. It takes a lot of prep work to do that.
Oh, 100%. And we had no prep space.
Really? Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, we had no prep space.
I know that struggle.
I feel bad about it now, but like, because I remember at Hambone, like promising that chef that I wasn't going to leave. They had somebody that was going to do the kitchen. I was just helping them get started. And then it came in, some things changed, and I had to leave Hambone. So that's when I joined the depot. I probably didn't, they worked on it for 8 months to a year, and I don't think I fully came on board until 3 months before we opened. And then that's when I made the transition.
I gotcha. Well, that's very cool, man. That's a good story. I didn't know that. I always assume, because I see you at all the events with Ryan, that y'all started at the same time. But it's cool to know that you had so much experience working in other restaurants first, and then you brought that experience and expertise to the depot and now Bento. We were talking about how you got to be creative. There's a lot of creative items on your menu now at Bento. What's your favorite item? The most creative item that makes you just proud?
Oh, I don't know. I'm proud of it all, really. I don't like putting stuff out for the sake of it, or just because it's some new fad going around. Like, I don't really like doing that kind of stuff. I just like creating good food, creating it the best way we can, most efficient way we can. And that's like the whole thing about Bento is it's slightly elevated, but it's still doable.
Yeah.
And it's still, you know, we wanted to create a restaurant to where it felt like you're having a nice date night. You can come here for an anniversary, you can come here for a birthday party, special occasions, but it's not going to break the bank. Because there's a lot of restaurants that are nice. They give you the nice feeling. Everything is plated up nicely. It looks real good. Nice desserts. But, you know, you can only go there once a month. I want a restaurant where you get that same feeling, but you can come here 2-3 times a week.
We were talking about that when you gave me the tour of Bento. I love good food, but I also love a really big portion, you know? So those, let's call them fancier restaurants, they're kind of wasted on me. You know? I want to leave full. Like, I don't want to leave and then have to go eat somewhere else after that. But Bento's atmosphere is just awesome, man. It feels very comfortable.
Yeah. We, like I said, we do all the build outs for our restaurants too.
With the family like yours.
Oh yeah.
Clearly,
my brother and my dad are extremely talented. And I mean, all the light fixtures, the focal walls, the wood patterns in there, the chairs, the tables, they built it all. So
wow.
Yeah, they built it all. And yeah, I mean, they do everything.
What was the hardest part for you guys when y'all were building that?
Getting the money.
Just the money.
Getting the money, yeah. Which is always the hardest part. Because like I said,
building supplies were sky high at that time,
wood was
right?
high at one point. So Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest part with any restaurant, really, is getting the funds to do it. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think you can just open it up.
Yeah.
And, you know, they don't think about insurance that's $2,000 a month and all this stuff. And people don't realize that if I sell you something for $10, and if I'm perfect on everything, on labor, on food costs, there's no waste, and I do everything perfectly, I make $1 off of that $10.
I was like 10,
and that's
15%.
If everything's perfect, you know?
And how often is things perfect?
Never.
It's never perfect.
Never perfect.
That's the constant battle that we're always dealing with is, are we scheduling properly? Are we scheduling the right people to do the right things, right?
Yep.
Are we making sure that we're rotating properly and no food's getting spoiled that we have to throw away? Are we just, our food cost, the food cost has gone up so high. We try not to increase our prices too much. I think since COVID, we've only had 2 menu increases since COVID.
Yeah.
And I don't know if many people can say that. I'm not going to say that we're not going to have another one, right? But we try to keep our pricing as low as possible because the way I look at it is I don't want to penalize the guest because I don't know how to run a proper business.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's a lot of other places that, you know, we've seen them. But we wonder why their menu prices are so high. But then you kind of talk to people and you're like, you have a 65% food cost. Like, how are you making any money? You can't. So they just jack up the price thinking that's going to solve the problem. We like to figure out what the problem is because no matter what menu price increase you have, if you don't fix the underlying problem, you're never going to make money.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. Yep. And with Bento, that's our new flagship restaurant. That's where I spend all of my time right now, basically. Like I said, we wanted to have something nice. We use, top of the line ingredients. You know, I could buy a bottle of yuzu juice for $9. But the one I buy is $27.
Yeah.
You know, it comes in a wine bottle. So, I mean, we have really, at both restaurants, I really have a lot of passion about integrity and ingredients. You know, if you're opening a restaurant to be the cheapest around.
Ooh, you're not going to make it.
No.
You're not going to make it.
You're not going to make it. And, you know, it's definitely good to have good prices. And you don't want to rip people off. But, you know, I'm not ripping you off if I'm giving you what it's worth, you know? If whatever it might be, if my rib appetizer is $15, but this other place has it for $9, that doesn't mean I'm necessarily ripping you off. But I have a bunch of local microgreens on that dish. I have pecans in that dish, you know, real brown sugar and cream and all that. And just the way I prepare the ribs, it takes over 12 hours. So I'm putting a lot of love and passion and making sure that I'm getting the best ingredients to give to you. So it's not, just because something's higher doesn't mean it's always you're getting ripped off or something. I'm really big on integrity of ingredients.
We bonded over that a lot.
When tomatoes are in season, I'm getting them from a farm. I'm not getting them from PFG or wherever it might be, or whatever it might be. When I can get something local, I'm going to do it. And we don't just buy local blindly. I mean, we go out to the farms. We go walk the fields. We go walk the rows with the farmers. We learn about them. We see how they do. We haven't run into it yet, but like if we ever ran into a farm who was dishonest or bringing stuff in or had dirty work environments, you know, I wouldn't use them.
Yeah.
You know, we take a lot of pride in that, and I take a lot of pride in where we're from, our parish, and then whatever city we're in or town. I take a lot of pride in that, and that's why I came back here. You know, I didn't stay in Charlotte. I thought about moving to Nashville for a little bit, but that was really only a temporary thing too. It's just to go work for this chef that I was a big fan of. But I knew I always wanted to come back home. I wanted to be with my family, and I wanted to be in the place that I grew up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, we bonded over that because when you gave me the tour of Bento, and we were just talking about our philosophy on how we serve the food that we do and what we do with it. If you're not serving quality food, if you don't care about what you're doing, if you don't have the passion, it shows. It really does. You know, like you can taste that. You know, like we don't use anything frozen. We make all of our sauces from scratch. We make our own seasoning from scratch. and hand patty every single patty. We were talking about how labor intensive it is to still do that. And I can't tell you how many people have suggested, why don't you just get them already pre-pattied? And to me, I want to put our hands on it. I want to incorporate the seasonings into it. I want to form it ourselves. I don't want a patty that looks like it came out of a machine.
Yeah, for sure. And even if we are going to use something pre-made, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to find the best pre-made version of that thing. Like when we opened the depot, I must have tried probably 20 different French fries until I landed on one.
So you don't pop your own fries?
No.
We don't either.
Honestly, I tell you what, I like frozen French fries better than fresh fries.
I agree with you on that one. So when we first started, it was the fad, the trend. Everybody was like hand cut French fries.
Yeah.
And if you don't do them absolutely perfect, they come out soggy. But when you get a par cooked fry that's already frozen, they did half of the work for you, and it's still a very high quality potato. We're not
100%.
using like line flow fries.
Yeah.
We're using really good French fries, but it comes out so much crispier.
Yeah, I mean, even like I said, we were real big on integrity of ingredients and what we do, and even with French fries, where we get our beef from, where we get our chicken from, it all goes back to that company and how they do things. Like we use all Hereford beef from Greater Omaha, and I mean they're just a real high quality company. We use Lamb Weston French fries. I have not tasted a frozen French fry that is better than Lamb Weston. Lamb Weston was like the only French fry that if you ate it without any seasoning or salt, you could taste the potato. It tastes like a potato.
It's got a high solid content.
Yeah, 100%. And they're a great company to work with. They really are. They call.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll call me. Be like, hey, how you liking things? You know.
I like that they check up on you.
Yeah, 100%. And they're a big company, and so that means a lot.
It shows that they care. I like working with companies like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, like I said, it's all about working with great companies and integrity and ingredients, and we do that at both restaurants, whether it's the Depot in Independence or our new restaurant Bento right in the heart of downtown Hammond. Probably 2-3 doors down.
I was about
from
to
y'all.
say we're neighbors. Like we might as well be right next to each other.
Basically,
we're like one street over.
Yeah.
If I walked to your restaurant in downtown Hammond, it would take me I think 45 seconds to get there.
Probably less than that.
Yeah, from door to door.
Yeah.
So
If downtown had those little bird scooters.
oh, I'd be there in 10 seconds. Or if I fell off of it, it would probably take me like 10 minutes probably.
Yeah.
I've fallen off of quite a few for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why I hit potholes. I don't know what it is about it, but those things are pretty dangerous.
They are, yeah. That's probably why downtown hasn't allowed them to come, because all the college kids and the little bar scene that they have. But downtown does great work. They do. They're really big about working with the businesses around and trying to incorporate everybody. The DDD does a great job of that, I think.
Yeah.
And I appreciate having them there to kind of make everything cohesive.
They're so easy to work with. Ashley Tarleton, who works for the DDD now, she used to manage for us. So it's always a pleasure whenever I get to see her at these meetings or these events. Hot August Nights is coming up, or I think they call it Hot August Stroll now.
Yeah.
So isn't that coming up, I think, the end of this month, the 27th or the 23rd?
Something like that, yeah. It's that's always fun to do. They do the little wine stroll with it, and you get to make little moose bouches or canapes, whatever you want to call them, to hand out. So that's always good. But like I said, it's really good how they incorporate the businesses. They do this wine stroll where if you want to get your card checked off or go to these stops, you have to go to these certain businesses, and you have to go to the participating businesses, which is real big to have an organization that does that, because it helps everybody in the long run.
The event brings so many people to downtown. So many people forget that downtown exists sometimes. Yeah. And then it kind of just brings people, it refreshes it in people's minds now.
There's a lot of, when we moved to downtown and opened Bento, we thought it would be easier than Independence. And it's not. There's a lot of competition.
There's so many good restaurants down there.
There's a lot of good restaurants in downtown. There's a lot of cool places to go hang out. And we had to find our spot and all of that. And it's not like Independence where there's only one other sit-down restaurant. So we thought it was kind of a wake up call. I thought it was going to be easy, but it's not.
It's not.
It's
no.
not. It's very competitive. And especially when the college isn't in, you're missing 14,000 people in town.
Southeastern brings a lot of business to Hammond.
Yeah.
You forget, I think the population doubles whenever school's
Yeah, it's
in.
close to doubles, for sure. Like I said, they house 14,000 on-campus students, I think. So they play a big part in that economy of Hammond, for
I'm glad
sure.
Move-In weekend is this weekend. So
I'm glad, too.
These kids can't come back fast enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not lying. Especially for what we do. We're definitely more of a college kid style restaurant, and just the type of food that we serve. So,
dude, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Hammond Brews Arts, the Hammond Regional Arts Center. They do that Brews Fest or Brews Arts Fest. I get those names so confused all the time, but that's a lot of fun too. You get to make your food, really cocktails first, but we always like to bring some food too.
Yeah.
Are you guys participating in that this year?
Probably so. Yeah. We always work with the Arts Center. We just did, I got selected to do one of their regional arts dinners. I've always wanted to do that. So, I always wanted to do it. I didn't want to ask to do it. Yeah. I wanted them to notice me and to pick me, and they finally did.
They finally noticed you. That's awesome.
It was cool. It was actually really cool because when you do it, you had to give like a presentation with each meal, but I didn't really want to do that, and I didn't want to do all the talking, so I had each dish kind of represented a certain farm that I worked with.
Okay.
So I had them come and give like a little elevator pitch about their farm while we were plating, but it was really cool because I ended up being a little understaffed for the event, and I was kind of overzealous in what we could do with what we had. But they all stayed. They helped me plate it. They helped me cook. We had Jeff Pekavicius from United by Barbecue, a local disaster relief charity. So they were all helping me. They stayed the whole time. They helped. It was really cool, real heartwarming. That's the thing about using these farms too, is you can build real relationships. And you build back into the local economy. So it was really cool getting to do that. And these people are my friends. I mean, I talk to Miles with the milk every day. We're best friends, and I talk to all of them at least once or twice a week. So,
speaking of the milk, I got to get another swig in here, man.
Yeah,
that was
get
really
you one.
Like it can't. It's
Can't
really
get any
good
better.
milk. It's really, really good milk, man.
And I like the raw milk. It's really adds a lot of healthy bacteria to your gut biome and everything. So I really like drinking the raw milk.
I'm going to do a lot more research on it because I know that it protects a lot of the flavors and the enzymes in there.
100%.
When they do the low temperature pasteurization, but I don't know enough about it right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's there to kill the bad bacteria,
but it kills the good one. Yeah,
it kills the good one, and then if there's no bad bacteria to begin with, and it's a real clean facility like Sinagra is, then you're just killing the good bacteria. So I really appreciate what he does and everything. But back to Hammond. Yeah, we the Brews Arts Festival's coming up. They have the Richard Murphy Hospice Gala coming up.
That's a fun party.
That's
to
always
go to.
fun.
Yeah.
You know, when we first started, me and Ryan would work all those events.
That's
probably
where
for
I
like
would
the
see
first
you guys.
3 years. And it was probably not until like last year sometime we're like, bro, we don't ever get to go to these events. So we started letting our employees come, and they enjoy it. They always love coming because they don't usually get to go to things like that. And it's fun. It's like you're handing out samples, so you're quote unquote working, but it doesn't feel like work.
It does not work. It is marketing, I guess. We just did Chilling with the Chamber last weekend.
Yeah, we were there too. Yep.
And you bring your staff, and they don't get the chance to leave those four walls of your building very often, because in the four walls, you always focus on the bad things that are happening. How can we fix problems? How can we do things better? But when you go to an offsite event, you start to see how many people love you, how many people love the food, and like the glowing reviews that you get.
Yeah.
It shows you a whole different side of the restaurant business. Because like I said, inside the four walls, you're always like fixing things that are wrong. And like the people who love it, they come back, right?
Yeah.
But the people who don't love it, they're the ones that are the most vocal. So you kind of spend the most of your time kind of talking to them, trying to figure out how you can do better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Speaking of fixing things, I don't know how many times I've fixed a fryer.
Oh yeah.
Because we grew up like we're going to do everything. Like, we're going to fix everything if it breaks. Except for like HVAC. We don't really mess with that too much. But Yeah, I learned just opening a restaurant, learn how to fix a fryer. You learn how to
fix
read
fryers.
error codes and do these different things to this to try to erase it or whatever it might be. I've done had to crawl under the depot twice and unclog the main drainage pipe and get covered in nasty stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning because all the drains are backing up.
When the drains back up, it's usually a grease trap problem for us. And Trent's been in a grease trap before.
Yeah,
like he's had
nasty.
to climb in there. So we do a lot of dirty things that most people don't see. They assume that restaurant owners and the life of a restaurant owner is so glamorous. And
oh, it is. Yeah, we're all rich.
Yeah, right.
We're all rich, and we don't have to work.
We get dirty. We have to figure things out on our own. I can't tell you how many toilets I fixed. I might as well open a plumbing company at this point. You know?
100%. Yeah.
So that's always the little things of, electrical work, ceiling lights, fans, everything. You learn a lot.
I'm friends with a lot of other restaurant owners, most of them in Hammond, because that's just where most of the restaurants are. But yeah, there's times I'll go fix their fryer for them. I've been to Jock Mail and worked on their fryer before, and that's what it's about, because a lot of people, there's two kind of restaurant owners. There's one that wants to work with the community, and there's one that views everybody as competition.
Yes.
While we're all competing against each other, and we should have that healthy competition for sure. But it's also about building an ecosystem where you're at to draw people to where you're at. So when one restaurant's full, they're going to come to your place because they don't want to wait at the other place. So I think, and that's why I like that we're doing this and starting this now, because it's a collaboration between two restaurants. And yeah, it's a good thing, I think. Like I said, to build that ecosystem and friendships and all that.
That's what I like most about you is we care so much about the community. The community's given so much to us. We've been here, 14 years? I almost claim Hammond over Baton Rouge, and I was born in Baton Rouge, right? Hammond, the feeling that you get when you walk around just anywhere, not just downtown, but the people there's just something special about Hammond.
Yeah. There is. It's charming.
It really is.
Charming little downtown area.
I think more people are starting to notice. Hammond's starting to get on a lot of people's radars.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot more restaurants popping up on my Instagram feed from influencers that live in Baton Rouge. So.
Yep. We did some stuff with Gerald Grunig. That was at the Depot. It wasn't in Hammond. But yeah, people come into this area. There's a lot of good food in this area for sure, especially in Tangipahoa Parish, that people haven't realized in the past, maybe per se. But especially downtown, it's packed. There's restaurants everywhere. That's why I say it's so hard. It's way harder than I thought it would be. I thought, we work with a consultant, and he has these little classes, and he's got a saying, good food is the price of entry.
Yes.
It's not. Just because you have good food doesn't mean you're going to have a packed restaurant. That's just the bare minimum of what you should have. So
I say that a lot to people.
Yeah.
Just because we've won Best Burger however many years in a row doesn't mean that much to me anymore, because of course it does. I'm very proud of the food that we put out, and the care that my cooks put in and the care that we put in to create these items. But more importantly, I love the hospitality aspect of what we do, how we treat one another, how we treat other business owners, how we treat our staff, how we treat our guests. It's all about how you feel when you leave. That's how I want to leave my mark. Like I said, the food should be good, right?
Yep.
Like every restaurant should have good food.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But the focus now, especially with how things have been going, how you feel when you leave my restaurant is what I focus on more than anything right now.
Yeah, I'm probably the same way right now too. Like I said, we're going to have good food. That's the price of entry. You're paying to come eat a meal. It should be good.
Yeah.
The
extra should be the smile
things
that you
happen.
get.
This thing might get burnt because this cook wasn't paying attention, and so we'll remake it or whatever. But like overall experience, the food should be good no matter what.
People don't think everybody should be perfect, and I tell my staff, you're not going to be perfect. No. You're going to make mistakes. I expect you to make mistakes. It's what you do after that I care about. Do you take ownership? Do you take accountability? If you do, then I'm okay with that, because if you do, you'll take care of that guest. You'll make it right. Yeah. We're not here to scam you. We're not here to just take your money. we're here to make sure that you have a great time and that you want to come back.
Yeah.
That you tell everybody about us.
Yeah, we're delving really big into the hospitality side of things right now. Just taking care of people and going that extra step. You know, like we had a lady come in a couple weeks ago. She was lactose intolerant. She wanted dessert. Well, all of our desserts are dairy based because we don't have an oven. So like creme brulee, I can make in a steamer basket. I can make no-bake tarts like our yuzu and ube tart that we have. Doesn't have to go in the oven. And then a panna cotta is the other one, which you set the gelatin and everything. So I have to make stuff without ovens, and it's hard sometimes doing that.
I'm sure that's challenging.
Yeah, but like she came in, she couldn't do it. Well, we have a chef's table that we do. You can reserve Friday, Saturday night, 8 courses, 2 top only. And we have a little snowball machine where I make snowballs in front of the guests. Well, she wanted dessert, couldn't have that. Well, I didn't want her going somewhere else to get dessert. So I was like, yo, bring this snowball machine out there and make her a snowball at the table. So we did that. I mean, we've also done like, we had somebody come in for a graduation party or whatever it is. I ran to Dollar General and I got them a greeting card and the whole staff signed it saying congratulations. So instead of a free dessert, you got a card signed from everybody. And I just think that's a much cooler way to say congratulations.
I agree. Yeah, those gestures mean so much more than just here's a free dessert.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, downtown's always bustling though. It's always got something going on. Like every Saturday morning, they do the farmers market. There's a lot of local farms that we work with there, and just regular vendors. You know, all the eggs we use are from A&A Acres. They'll be there. The microgreens that we use, Rose Wagon Ranch, they'll be there. So it's always good. I go every morning or every Saturday morning.
It's from 8 a.m. to noon, right?
8 a.m. to noon. Yep. The DDD helps put it on and coordinate everything, and it's really good though. I go there. I'll shop for the restaurant or I'll shop for my house. It's really cool and all the farmers there, for the most part, it's them there. They're not like sending some employee or anything. So you get to talk to them, learn about them. So that's cool. It's real cool building those relationships with them.
Building relationships is why we do what we do.
Yep.
You know, I want to see more people collaborating together like us. You know, like,
for sure.
There's so many things that we can do together, not just, you know, talking on camera, but I think we were just gonna do something together with a chef's table or something. Yeah.
Throw together like a little collab dinner. Like I'd like doing that. We did one with Jock Mill before we opened Bento. Did a Bento Jock Mill collab tasting dinner. That's before we had a space built out. So we went to Jock Mill and did it. I know you got that other room. I've talked to Topla about doing one. So it's all about just working together. Local chefs come together. I mean, we should all be friends, even if we are competing against each other.
I don't look at it as competition, right?
Yeah.
It's the ones at the bottom that like to compete.
Yeah.
The ones at the top like to collaborate.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always good, and I think the DDD helps with that.
They help a tremendous amount.
Bringing people out and incorporating all the businesses. Anybody who wants to be a part. Hot August Night's coming up.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
that's always
Hot
a blast.
August Stroll.
That's right.
Hot August Stroll.
Hot August Night anymore. It's Hot August Stroll.
Yeah, so that's coming up, and probably by the time this gets released in a couple of days. So we're looking forward to that. We like working with the DDD and doing stuff to incorporate everybody in the town of Hammond, and especially downtown. It's like a little family.
It really is.
Well, it should be like a little family. So, but
families fight. You know, families they don't always get along, but at the end of the day, they're always there for one another.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with anybody in downtown.
No,
or really Hammond, or so it's like a family.
It's very welcoming. There's it's very comfortable, and you can feel
we're all so close to each other. So, I mean, if you can't get along, it's gonna be hard because you're gonna see them.
Hammond's such a small town too.
They're gonna walk in the door or something. So you might as well be friends with everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
They don't realize how small Hammond is. So before someone leaves the building, everyone knows about everything already.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Dude, there's been a lot of fun, man. We need to do this again soon.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, make it a little regular thing.
Yeah,
maybe have some other business owners come on and.
Dude, if anyone's interested, come on by.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
Send us a message or come by the restaurant. Come by Bento 119 East Thomas Street.
Come see us at our mom's, 205 East Thomas. 2 doors, 3 doors down from you guys.
Yeah. Well, and then what's the address for Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge is 250 Wesley Drive.
Yeah, so if you go to LSU game or something and get dinner,
If you go to an LSU game,
lunch,
you'll probably end up stopping there. We're less than 2 miles away from LSU.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and if you ever in Independence, 269 East Railroad Avenue, right? You can't go through Independence downtown without seeing us. So
Yeah.
we're right in the middle of everything. So check us out there. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'd love to see some other people come on it with us and start a little thing to kind of give Hammond a voice, I guess, per se. People to watch, listen to, driving to work or working out, whatever they want to do.
Get to know us a little bit.
Yeah, learn about things going on. And but yeah, that's the most important part. Just getting to know us and why we do what we do and why we care about what we do.